excited to be with everyone, I'm sorry, with everyone this afternoon. I have an amazing guest that's going to join us today. Someone that's really, I've known for a really long time, who's in the industry. She's a licensed cosmetologist, has a lot of experience in this industry. And with all my respect, I say, we started having this conversation here a while back. And, even though I know you've heard me say that I've been in this industry a long time. And I also just want to say thank you so much for being with us this afternoon at René Paris. Thanks for wigging with me. I just absolutely love my time I spend with you every Monday. And again, today we are talking about a guest who's really important to me, because this is someone who actually takes care of some of my wig works. That's what I call it. She's a blue ribbon cutter in the state that she lives in, which means that the cut that I'm wearing, she has received a blue ribbon for, which is a really high honor in her state. So, and we got to talking one day, and she was a little bit hesitant because she feels like she would never be able to wear a wig. And so we got to talking, and then, we've tried to find a few styles that maybe she would be comfortable with. And, it's when you're new to wigs and you've never had a wig, and then you start experiencing maybe something in life, no matter what the circumstance is, there's a lot of questions. And I understand, and I was sharing with you, I completely understand being a little bit hesitant, having reservations about everything. How do you ask? Where do you go? How do you make that first step to receive help? Or who helps you? And so she is, again, she's a licensed cosmetologist. And so years back, I started asking for help myself, and she just felt like I needed to find someone else because she just wasn't really experienced with wigs, which I completely respected and understood. So before I have her on, I just want you to know, I'm going to ask her several questions because there's a lot of things that we talked about, and I think it'll be really informative for anyone who's viewing that may need a little bit of assistance, and may feel like she did when she first started looking for a hair alternative hair. Hi there.
Hi.
Well, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so I wanted you to share, if you don't mind. I was sharing that you've taken care of some of my wig works, and that you're a blue ribbon recipient for the haircut that I'm wearing. By the way, this is an Amore wig. This is one of my absolute favorites. You know that I love all of them, but there's two of them that I feel like they're gonna have to literally just take them off of me because I've been wearing them so much. But okay, so this is Denise, and again, she's a licensed cosmetologist. I've been sharing, Denise, that you had a little bit of a reservation because whenever you started looking for something as alternative hair, and I'm gonna let you share why you are looking for a wig right now. Denise has always had really beautiful hair, but she recently experienced something, and I'm gonna let her share with you why we're looking for something for her.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. The reason that I became interested in looking for something is because through the course of last year, I had COVID not once, but twice. So my hair began to thin out quite a bit. I have like natural curly hair, always real nice, real full. So that was really the main reason to have like a backup and something that I can look nice and presentable fairly quick. And that looks like my hair always does. So that's why.
Okay, and so as I was sharing earlier, the style that I was wearing one day that Denise really liked was this style.
Ooh, yes, love it.
So I was sharing with with Denise, and she's not too familiar with some of our styles. I was sharing with her that this is Angelica from our Noriko line. And I know that I've shared this a few times on some of our IGs. However, sometimes you may, sometimes you don't get to see all of the live IGs. By the way, we do, if you ever want to refer back to them, they're going to be available for you. I hope for years to come, because no matter who we have, no matter who we're interviewing, this is always going to help someone, not just Denise, it's going to help someone else down the line, whether it's in a week, a few months, or a couple years. So as I was sharing with Denise about Angelica, Angelica is one of our most beautiful pieces. It appeals to so many women, and it's also available in larger sizes. So we were talking about this with Denise, because there's a lot of times that we're a little bit embarrassed to ask, or we don't even know how to go about ordering a style, or how do we get help. But the most important thing, and I know that a lot of us are still not able to get out and experience trying them on in an actual studio, wig store, boutique. However, as we do open back up, please keep in mind that all the wig stores that I have ever been to, and I've been to a lot of them across the United States, are so receptive and so helpful to try to make the experience so wonderful for everyone that comes in. And as I was sharing with Denise, the most important thing for her is to be able to go in and try a style on. So do you have any questions for me, Denise, that you can think of? I mean, I did share that you're a licensed cosmetologist, but when you're working with fiber, it's a little bit different.
Right.
If you have anything that you would like to ask me.
I would want something that's very similar to my hair right now. And the reservation is because I still do have quite a bit of hair. I feel like sometimes if I want to go in and try something on, I'm leery about it like shifting or not sitting right. And that's like my biggest fear, is like it looking,
Not
like
natural.
it's not mine. Right.
Okay.
So that would probably be,
Okay,
my
so
first question.
good question. And this is a question that we receive all the time. Are you able to wear a wig if you have hair, like if you have bio hair? So the most important thing to keep in mind is, yes, you are able to wear a wig. And another thing that's really important, whenever you do go into a wig salon, ask the individual if it needs to be altered in any way. Are they able to do that for you? Because I know so many of our verified vendors, our retailers, have been through our classes, and so they do know how to adjust the wig, meaning if it has to be, there's alterations that we have in place that we have taught our licensed cosmetologists, and so they are able to go in and modify it, customize it, if you will. It's easier to kind of understand, tailor it, tailor it if necessary. However, we work with a lot of different, I've done personal work with a lot of different theaters. And so we're also taught to teach the individuals to put their hair underneath the wig cap, even if your hair is a little bit longer. And with all the wigs, I remember, and I always mention, you have a little bit of wiggle room. That's the beauty of the fact that they have stretch to them. And while we're here, I know I've shown this, but while we're here, I'm just going to show you, they have a lot of stretch. See, so this is just the stretch that they have, which is really, really important, because not all fabrics stretch the same way, and not all wigs are designed the same way. So I've had, in my life, I've been wearing a wig where I just have a little bit of hair. And then I've had one time when I can remember having a good amount of hair. And now it's kind of, a little bit patchy. However, during all those different transitions in my life, they were always comfortable. So don't hesitate. And like I said, Angelica is the wig that you really, really like. And it is available in something really close to your color. I would look at maybe like a nutmeg F would be really, really close to your hair color.
Mm-hmm.
I just know you would absolutely love it, you know. And I've known Denise for years, and she has lost a little bit of hair. First of all, we're very thankful that you're doing well.
Thank you. Me too.
That's very, very important. We do know that you've been, um, you mentioned that 2 times,
Yeah.
fiber.
Lucky me. No.
Yes. Yes. Goodness. That is just, we're just thankful you're good.
Yeah.
Then the other, I know the other thing is I was just thinking, and this past week, in just in my work alone, we had a lot of individuals coming in getting ready for the holiday. We have holidays year round, and I think the one thing that I want to just mention, and maybe hopefully your girls are watching, I always share, if you have anyone in your life, no matter who they are, that is needing maybe a little bit of help, a little bit of support. Maybe your girls can go in with you whenever you do try to make this selection, because I know at the beginning you want someone really personal and close to you that can help you with that decision. And then if your girls are watching, I would say just remember that no matter what holiday, it's always nice to give the gift of confidence. This is basically what you're giving. You're giving the gift of confidence. And I know all the retailers that we work with have gift cards available. They have some people have electronic gift cards. You can give gift certificates, whatever the case may be. So just keep that in mind. So Denise, is there anything else you'd like to ask?
So basically this is a personal shout out to my kids. I need wig money like ASAP.
That's good. I can identify with you. I know I always share that I've received like 2 wigs in my wig lifetime, if you will. And I think they were the best gifts ever, because you really know that someone pays attention to you whenever they give you the gift of money for hair. I know it sounds funny, but there's 2 things that I love getting, and they're wigs and fragrance. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind. Okay, well, I want to thank you, Denise, for coming on. If for those of you that are on, if you'll just stay with me a few minutes, we're going to talk a little bit more about a few things coming up. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so thank you for joining us this afternoon. I just want to thank you again for coming and sharing some time with me here at René Paris. I want to just remind you of something that that I really saw a whole lot of this past week, you know, and it really concerned me a little bit, because I mean, I share with you all the time that I do this across the United States. I work in different wig shops across the United States. I walk in, visit a lot of our vendors whenever we're able to do that. And I think the one thing that I just want to share, as we're getting into another, it's going to be around the corner. However, Mother's Day is right around the corner. And I just want to share that it's just so important. I see women all week, and there's women all week that are just trying to make that first step. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all for them to ask for help, for them to come make the appointment. And the other thing I want to share just really quickly, because I know this question has come up many times in private DMs, what is the importance of making an appointment? And I just want to share, whenever you go into a wig studio, wig boutique, wig salon, it should be a wonderful experience. It's an experience. It should be a good experience. So whenever you go in to make this, especially if it's your very first time trying wigs on, it is very, very important to make an appointment, because these are professionals. They're wig professionals. And in order for them to give you their undivided attention and really work with you and answer questions, it is very important to make an appointment. So please keep in mind, and I've shared before, there are a lot of our retailers that are available virtually. You can make an appointment. There's teleshopping. you know, and I know that we've gone over some of this information in the past weeks. However, after a week like this past week, I think it was just so important to go over this again. And then the fact that I've known Denise for a long time, and, you know, she had questions, and I see her on a regular basis. However, we just really hadn't really talked about that. You know, she helps me some whenever she's available to customize some of my own pieces, not ever knowing that she was really thinking about looking for one for herself. So, you know, that just really brought to my attention the importance of just bringing up a few topics again. So what I'm going to ask you is, if you know of a mom who is suffering with any kind of hair loss, no matter what the circumstance, we want to, if you'll send a DM, we want to know what your wish hair is. Not your classic everyday hair. The one thing I saw this past week was moms coming in who wanted something entirely different. So that means, say for instance, well, I'm pretty good about describing hair, but it's really interesting when someone comes in and you ask them, can you describe it? Can you describe the wish hair to me? And it's really surprising what responses you get, because usually if you've known the person for a little bit, or if just looking at the individual as you're helping them, it's really surprising what is being described and what they're wishing for. So I had someone who was a beautiful 75, and she was wanting a lilac, lavender looking hairstyle. And I was really, really I just loved it, you know, and a daughter was with her, and I said, you know, she's 75. Just let her, for a minute, let her describe the hair that she really, really wants, and let's just see what it looks like on her. So and it's an accessory, you know, and what a more beautiful time to help someone with the hair that they really, really want, other than Mother's Day. So I know it's a little bit ways down the road, but let me just tell you, time will fly by. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, this is just a perfect opportunity to start looking for someone in your area. Like I said, you can always go to reneparis.com, enter your location, your zip code, and find someone who's closest to you in your area, so that possibly you can come in and make an appointment and see what they can do for you. Or if you know someone, like I was really, really surprised that Denise had these questions, and I felt really, really bad because maybe I missed them along the way. You know, maybe I missed it, and we've talked about it, but maybe I missed it. And I can definitely, you know, I'm going to definitely try to find her an Angelica that she's really, really comfortable with. Because a lot of people don't know that some of these wigs are available in larger sizes. So again, I want to thank you for being with us at René Paris this afternoon. And again, I just want to hear from you. We want to hear from you at René Paris. What is your wish hair? You can tell us in words, or you can send us a photograph. You can go to reneparis.com, look at all the different styles. And more importantly than that, if you know someone, and we all do, I think that's why I choose to wear colors that are pretty out there during the week, you know, meaning, I mean, they're not out there to me, but they may be out there to someone. Like the lavenders, the sea glass, the Illumina R. I wear those colors because they attract people. And I want someone to ask me who does my color, because that's my chance to let them know that it's alternative hair, and that there's people everywhere that can help them with alternative hair. It's not something that it's reachable. You know, this is an accessory that we can go and we can purchase. And these wigs do change lives. They really do. And so if you know someone who really needs the assistance, who is really, whatever the case, whatever the circumstance, and I always share with people, they could be losing hair in this area, they could be losing hair anywhere. It doesn't matter to us, it doesn't matter how advanced your hair loss is, we can help you find someone in your area to help you. So it could be a topper, it could be a wig, it could be, there's so many beautiful styles. And if you didn't get to see the new styles that were launched on Monday from the Amore collection, like this one, you're missing out. So I want you to go back and view the IG from last Monday so that you can be familiar with the styles. And always make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification button. Follow us on Instagram. Make sure, please, that you refer our Instagram to anyone who you know who may need the assistance, because that's all you have to say. You know, you might want to go to reneaparis.com and see, or Renea Paris on Instagram, and see what they have available. That's all I ever say. I don't really go into much detail. I said, you know, have you ever gone to René Paris? Make sure you subscribe, because they're always going live, and they have different educators, they have different guests, and you know, that might be the easiest way for you to have that first step into what you're looking for. So I was going to make sure here, and okay, so I know that we went over a few questions last week, and this question comes up every single week, no matter how many times we go over it. So I do want to answer that, because it comes up all the time. We went over with Abby how to secure your wigs, and I want to ask you to go back and view the Instagram story. And it was myself and Abby, and we were talking about different ways that we feel comfortable securing our wig. We could do this every week, and we're still going to have questions, because it just doesn't seem possible to you know, secure your wig with just a wig liner, but it is. I'm not saying everyone is going to do what they feel comfortable with. I understand that not every accessory is just perfect for everyone. However, I'm just going to show you again. First of all, I want you to go back to the IG story. This is a wig liner and a wig cap. That's all I'm going to show. But what I'm going to say is, please go back to the Instagram story. It's myself and Abby, and we're talking about different ways, how we've learned over the years how to secure our wigs. These are ready to wear, beautifully crafted wigs that are not to be secured with any type, and I say this every time, we design them to be worn by adjustments, with the adjustments and wig caps and wig liners. So I'll just have you go back to that. Please view that. The others, we had several people say that they missed out on, I believe, a wig giveaway that we had. Just don't worry about it. We have wig giveaways all the time. So if you missed out on one, there's always going to be another one coming up. However, you do have to stay tuned. You do have to stay close. You want to make sure to subscribe. And if you haven't had time to go to our YouTube channel, you'd want to do that as well. So that's René Paris on YouTube. There's other tutorials there. Make sure that you look for Alexander, Abby, and myself. And again, I want to thank you for taking this time to be with us with René Paris. You have a good week, and we will see you then. Bye now.